Hi, this is Dan from HR. If you don't know me, I suggest you check out my welcome video, but I'm an HR business partner with almost 20 years of experience building workforce models for companies such as WebMD, Electronic Arts, and Spotify. I resigned from corporate America and now dedicate my time making content and providing information to how corporations really work. In this segment, I'm going to cover an interview tactic that a lot of companies use and show you how to take advantage of it by identifying common themes. If you've done any interviewing over the last few years, especially with larger companies, then it's likely you've had a comprehensive panel interview. This means that you don't just interview with the hiring manager and their manager, but instead you meet a great deal of people. You meet employees at all levels, from the department in which you're applying to other departments. You meet managers, directors, internal clients, and leaders within the other divisions. While this can feel somewhat random and overwhelming to meet this many people, a lot of companies are quite intentional in this approach, with the goal of finding targeted information by having each interviewer focus on a specific area. In a comprehensive interview format, each interviewer is assigned with a targeted skill or competency that has been determined as important for this role. It can be anything from a specific technical skill set, leadership abilities, or behavioral skills, such as the ability to handle conflict and disagreements. This strategy of interviewing allows each panel interviewer to guide the conversation into a very targeted topic in order to assess your capabilities. As an example from my own experience, I would usually be included on director level and above interview panels for management roles within my business units. My focus topic was usually leadership. My role as the interviewer was to ask questions designed to assess and analyze the candidate's leadership strengths. My questions would focus on their management skills, abilities, and style, and then determine how those responses compared against the needs of the business and the role. With little exception, every question I asked was designed to assess their capabilities as a leader. During your next interview, see if this is their tactic. See if you can pick up on common trends. If your interviewer seems to be staying in a specific topic or continues to ask questions that seem to be focused in a particular area, it's highly likely they have been assigned this as a focus topic, and so they're going to be analyzing your responses and looking for examples within that skill set. If your interviewer is using this tactic and you can detect it, you've just unlocked an incredible opportunity. Since you now know their focus topic, you can use that information to your advantage by tailoring your responses and conversations in ways that highlight your ability within that skill. Since you also know that this is the interview style, you can then gauge all of the other focus topics from the other interview panelists. This can give you a significant advantage over other applicants who may not realize this is the interview tactic, giving you a very powerful edge to really stand out and make a fantastic impression. To be clear, this isn't a universal tactic. Smaller companies and more conservative firms don't do it quite as much, but I found it to be relatively common practice in large tech, CPG, finance, and insurance industries, and it seems to be the pattern if you have a large list of interviewers. Another important consideration is that this does take discipline. When we're in an interview, our systems are usually on really high alert, and we tend to be very focused on the current question or gauging how we think the interview is going. In order to find focused topics, you have to have some distance and to think to yourself after every question, is there a common topic that keeps being addressed? It can take a little bit of practice to train yourself to analyze the questions after you're asked, but I promise it's worth it. Another potential risk to look out for is to be careful not to lose your focus on making a good impression. If you're so busy trying to analyze a common theme that you aren't paying attention or really answering any of the questions well, then you're better off redirecting your energy into the interviewer's questions and trying again later. So to summarize, if you have a comprehensive panel of interviews, it's possible they have been assigned focused topic areas to cover during your interview. Try to identify if there seems to be a pattern in the questions you're being asked. If you've identified that theme, press that advantage by tailoring your answers, conversation, and questions to highlight your ability. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to check out the others, follow me on social media, I'm especially active on TikTok, and let me know what topics and questions you'd like me to cover, and if you happen to like this animated style.